Fuck Berlin. Scammers. This is my story. Around the end of October I went to Berlin, and after traveling like 10 hours in a bus I was finally in Berlin. Walking around in the streets, I was on a hunt after my new home. At the square of Potsdamer Straße, after some hours walking around, looking after house number 12, I realized that there was no number 12. It did not really exist. It wasn't real. There was no house. And of course she was fake, you know. I tried to call her number she gave me, but no answer. I called a lot of times, but no answer. Then I looked another time at the number, and then I realized the number wasn't German. But the whole thing was so weird, because she wrote me days before. We chatted about the furnitures on the pictures of the place. I wanted to know if she was gonna let the bed stay, and we chatted about how to pick up the keys. So after trying to call her without, I was stranded with all my belongings in my really heavy backpack. I didn't have any tickets to go home, and it was really late at night, so there was no bus or train. But how did I end up here? I moved there because my home situation in Denmark was fucked up. I got an eviction notice telling me that I have to move out in sometime around May. And because I know the system here and I've been homeless for 4 or 5 times before, I know it takes like half of a year or even more to get a new place to live. I didn't do anything in Denmark, so it was really easy to move away. I had lost most of my salary, so I had to learn to live for less again, which was a bit shitty. I was on sick leave with depression and stress. I had also just lost my grandma and was getting over 2 friends that had just passed away. Everything was super bad and super sad, so moving to Berlin was a good new start. Running away from all the chaos. And when I found this great deal, it was a place for only 600 euros, 300 per month. The landlord was called Nadine, and I thought, why not? Just run away from all of it, go to another country, do something new. So I picked up all my stuff, all my belongings, down in boxes, and rented out my apartment to the new start of May, where it would be turned down. Then I filled up my backpack with all the stuff I didn't put in the boxes. All the stuff I needed to move with me to a new home in Berlin. Then I just bought the cheapest ticket for a one-way trip, and I took a bus basically. And now we are back to me, standing at Potsdamer Straße 12, lost and stressed out. So I went on Facebook, where I found out that one of my friends stayed in Berlin, in a place with some other friends of mine from Denmark. So I got in contact with them, and I moved in with all the guys from Denmark. And in the end we were like 11 people living together in a 2-room apartment. 2 rooms, 11 people. This was kind of crazy. My friends was on a holiday. In the meantime I was trying to find a home, and it became a day job. Every day I went out to see if the address was real, finding out if the house was real, if the person was real. It got me irritated and angry because I spotted a lot of fakers and scammers. Used all my time in vain. I could only stay at my friend's place for a short period of time, some weeks, and then I had to get out. That also put some pressure on me. But luckily, a friend of the Danish guys gave me a key to an art place or art studio, where I could stay for some weeks extra. Here at the art space was a mattress, a chair, some tables, a tiny kettle, a toilet with a sink, and a lot of space. So what you see in the movie is me living in the art space with a little bit of money, trying to find a home, trying to survive, trying to stay clean and healthy, going on house hunting in the streets, looking at websites and calling people, being on Facebook groups and helping others with going through their apartment deals to check for scamming situations. But slowly I broke down. Slowly I crumbled away. But the idea and the fight to stay was strong. I wanted to be in Berlin. Had this dream about my own place and not moving around, which I had been doing for 6 years. The feeling of being forced to move, or the feeling of being homeless or insecure about the house and the living situation, all these feelings, all these situations needed to stop. So I thought this was gonna be the last time moving. But meeting all the scammers and going on long trips with no food was just too much for me. And I went home at the end. I found out that there's a law saying that you can't be homeless in Denmark. And there's some rules about rehousing, but it didn't count for me. But I found a free lawyer and made an argument based on the rule that I was illegal as a person if I became homeless, and therefore it was the landlord that had to help me getting rehoused or moved. But the new place they could give me was the double amount of rent and the double amount of what I got in my income. I had to look for places to stay anyways. I did not trust them after all these months, all these calls forth and back of arguments and pressing them to following laws and rules. So I basically broke down for a while. But a month before I had to move out, they sent me a letter with an apartment deal, and it was either that or living on the streets. So I took the deal even though they said the rent was double of what I could pay. Today I'm still living here. It's been a year since. My rent is not that high. They made a mistake of calculations or something. I never got my 600 euros back though. The scammer Nadine. Nadine scammed others. She got what I know about 2,300 euros and never got caught. When the banks contacted her bank to get the money back she stole and didn't just close the account, she made a new one and the bank don't do anything. She has stolen a passport and made a fake, so the lady on the passport got into a lot of problems. The police could not do anything even after I made a collection of documents. I had 3 types of people scamming stories about Nadine. I had the deals, the mails, the passport and side property contracts, and even bank and police complaints. Nothing. But if I could just say something to Nadine, it would be no money would ever cover for my suffering, my level of stress, an indescribable feeling of losing a home again. No one should be forced to live like I did.